Alright guys, so it's been a little over 4 months of me owning the vehicle, getting closer to 5 months. Basically just been doing a review today on how the vehicle's been treating me for the past 4 months. So hope you guys like and enjoy that real quick. I'm actually on my way real quick to Delano to go actually deposit some checks, and then as well as get a little area where we can film a video real quick for this, and yeah, catch you guys in a bit. And this isn't going to be really a very thorough review. This is just a review basically of a normal person who drives a car on a daily basis. You know, this isn't something that you should really watch if you're wanting detailed specifics about the vehicle. This is just going to be my point of view of what I think about the vehicle, driving it every day. I drive it almost every day. Basically every day, just because this is my daily, and currently I don't have a second vehicle because I sold my Mustang I believe a month or two ago already, but stay tuned for that. But yeah, this isn't going to be a very thorough review. This is just basically what I think about the car, how I feel about it, and what are its pros and cons. It's not going to be really anything about oh, what's the exact horsepower specs and stuff like that, and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into a thorough review about that. It's just basically what I think about the vehicle. One feature that I love the most is the highway driving assist. I believe that's what it's called. It literally drives on its own sometimes. It does get a little annoyed sometimes when you don't have your hands on the steering wheel, but it practically drives on its own. I haven't had an issue, and I kind of trust it already to the point to where I don't really freak out when we're coming up to a turn right now. Literally not touching the wheel at all, and we're coming up to a turn going uphill, and I literally trust it to not you know, swerve off the road or get too close to the center divider, anything like that. So that's actually a pretty cool feature about this car that I actually use all the time, especially with the smart cruise control. Self-adjust to its speed in front of the vehicle, or with the car that's in front of you that's going a little bit slower, and then as soon as it gets out of the way, your car goes back up to the speed that you got it set to, which is pretty cool. It really comes in handy. And then the forward collision alert has came in pretty handy. If you guys know the Central Valley area, you guys know Bakersfield is always clustered with traffic, and there's always construction going on, and there's a bunch of cars always, and a lot of cars just literally stop in the middle of nowhere. And this car has saved me probably around 2 times already going over there with forward collision assist. The car literally broke on its own, and stuff like that. So yeah, really comes in handy. One thing that I absolutely hate, and you guys can see that I do have it up right now, I have my Apple CarPlay playing. When I first originally went to go see the K5s, I test drove a base GT line. I didn't get the premium because there was a whole switcheroo thing that happened when I purchased this car. So what had happened was I test drove the base white one, GT line, because that's what I was looking for, but in the wolf gray with the red interior. So I wasn't looking for the fully loaded option GT line just yet. But I went home that day, and you know, they said, hey, you know what, the car that you were looking for just showed up. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Perfect timing, I guess. So I went back over there. I sent my credit application over the phone when I got over there, and you know, got qualified, everything like that, and basically went in, bought the vehicle. Went in and get told that, hey, you know what, this vehicle is actually a lot more expensive than the one you were looking at. And I was like, at first I was like, really, come on, how are you guys gonna mess that up? And I was like, you know what, whatever, you know, I'm already here, I already sent my credit app, let's just get this over with. And I test drove the car, and I didn't test out the Apple CarPlay that time, and turned out that it's wired and it's not wireless like the base was, which was kind of stupid, because I did opt in for the bigger screen, which you would think would have the wireless CarPlay and Android Auto and stuff like that. But I believe with the navigation that it comes built in with, it kind of eliminates that. So I wasn't aware of that, which kind of bummed me out because I didn't find out till after I left the dealership. But yeah, that's one thing I don't like about having the higher end GT line, is not having wireless CarPlay. Well, the one thing that I absolutely love about this car, as I mentioned in the first video I ever made up with this car, was the amber lights in the front. That thing makes it look so aggressive compared to any other car. I was comparing this to the Camry, to the Camry, and then as well as looking at other models. I forgot which other cars I was looking at. But comparable to the Camry, this thing basically beats it out the park with its appearance, or its exterior appearance. It looks a lot more aggressive. I get compliments all the time, especially when I go to Starbucks. A lot of people always ask what kind of vehicle it is, and when I tell them it's a Kia, they don't believe me. But it's crazy that a Kia like this does look pretty badass. And with the 5% tint, I mean, you have to tint this vehicle. A fishbowl look is not meant for this vehicle at all, but I would definitely recommend tinting if you guys do get a Kia K5. 5% all around is basically what you want. It looks a lot stealthy, especially with the wolf gray. Looks so much better. It's good. A quick little walk around. Tail lights too as well. In the night, they look so badass how they light up. I wasn't a really big fan of the tail lights being like connected throughout the whole trunk originally, because I used to work for Honda and that's how they had it with the newer models, and I wasn't sure how I felt about it. But the guy there stopped by real quick and was like, dude, that's a badass car. So it's pretty crazy. This car gets a lot of attention. That's what I love about it too, is that it's very unique with the K5 being its new model replacing the Optima for the Kia lineup. I definitely recommend this over a lot of other vehicles just because of looks wise. This thing looks a lot more aggressive. Flash forward a little bit and I'm here to grab some lunch. Another thing that I want to talk about is miles per gallon. This thing does get somewhat of miles per gallon, which if you're a car guy, you know what miles per gallon means. It does have a little kick to it. Doesn't have that much horsepower as as I would want, but I'm used to 800 horsepower, so I can't really complain. Plus, this is a daily; it's not a race car, but it does have quite some power, especially with it being all-wheel drive. You won't get the best mileage per gallon, I would say. I get average around 30, sometimes even 25, because I drive a lot of the city. But right now I was driving highway, so my MPG was a lot higher than usual. But it does get some miles per gallon. I did was significantly in Mexico right now racing a single cab pickup truck, and it could barely even keep up with this little four banger, which is pretty impressive. I kind of wish I would have waited for the GT and see the difference, see maybe if that car would be a huge improvement over this one, which I believe so. I mean, the gap in horsepower is quite large, so but yeah, as far as horsepower range, it's perfect for a daily driver. It's not the best, but the all-wheel drive definitely helps it give it that little kick with the all-wheel drive traction, of course. But I believe with the all-wheel drive, you do lose a few mpg compared to I believe the regular front-wheel drive one. But yeah, catch you guys in a bit. Let me grab my Chipotle and then we'll continue this video shortly. Alright guys, the bag is secured, as well as some Chile Gomita candies, the best candies out there. If you guys want to follow them on Instagram, I'll link their description in the bio. I'm not sure if he does any shipping, so you guys will probably have to be local to be able to get those candies, but they're absolutely the best. But yeah, let's continue the vlog. Let me just get back on the freeway, and then as far as drivability, guys, this car handles very, very smooth. It's very, very smooth, honestly. And I live in an area where there's a lot of bad roads, and right now this is a bumpy road, and you can barely even feel it or hear it in the vehicle itself. But as far as comfort and convenience like that, this car definitely excels in that. The only thing that I would really, really want in this vehicle that I knew from the start that I wasn't gonna get was ventilated seats. That's a big must for me, was ventilated seats, and I gave up that option because I knew the Camry and the Sonata that I was looking at both had that. But ventilated seats on the Kia K5, basically I could never, wasn't able to get it, which I sacrificed because overall, I mean, the Kia just knocks the Sonata and the Camry out the park. And as far as look wise too as well, this thing is awesome. If I was to give this car like a out of 10 rate from a car guy point of view, I would literally give this a 9 out of 10. The 1 point missing is just due to the lack of power, which I believe the GT would fulfill that 1 point needed to get a 10 out of 10. But I haven't test drove the GT, so I can't really say for sure. But overall, this vehicle definitely like a 9 out of 10 on my books, and I would probably buy another one when the time comes, if there's a newer model out there or stuff like that. But yeah, this car is awesome, amazing. This basically concludes the video. So if you guys like and enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I know it's not the most thorough video. This is just basically an honest review of a car guy driving a daily driver like this. But yeah, hope you guys like and enjoy. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch you guys next time.